Hi, my name is Matt and I live in San Diego, California. In this video today, I will be talking about a fun learning experience from my past. The experience I'm going to be talking about today took place when I was 24 years old, and the topic covered was cold weather survival. This training took place while I was stationed in Ketchikan, Alaska in January of 2003 as a member of the U.S. Coast Guard. The class was split into two portions. The first part was a 2-day classroom portion, and the second part was a 3-day cold weather survival exercise out in the Alaskan wilderness. For the class, we split into groups of 5 to 6 people, and there were approximately 25 to 30 people total in the class. The first part of the class was a 2-day classroom session. Some of the topics we covered were how to construct a shelter, how to build a fire, how to conserve body heat, proper types of cold weather clothing, signs of hypothermia, how to make stream water and river water potable so we could drink it, and what types of sea life, plant life, and animal life found in the Alaskan wilderness were edible. The second part of the course was a 3-day cold weather survival exercise in the Alaskan wilderness designed to simulate a shipwreck scenario. For the scenario, there were certain restrictions placed on the members of the group. First, all individuals were allowed to wear 3 layers of clothing, and no more than 3 layers. Second, each individual was allowed to bring a self-constructed survival kit that had to fit in a 1-quart zip-top bag, of which no more than 1/10 could be food. Each group was also given 1 saw, 1 coffee can, and several rolls of toilet paper as part of the exercise. Because it was designed to simulate a shipwreck scenario, each group was also allowed to collaborate on what each individual was going to bring. This is similar to an abandoned ship scenario for most Coast Guard ships, in which they pre-plan what each person should grab on their way off the ship. The first night we were not allowed to have fire, so we built a small crawl space in which the 6 members of our group could huddle closely together to conserve body heat. We insulated the sides and top of our shelter using moss and tree branches, and waterproofed it using trash bags. We also insulated ourselves off the ground using a 3-foot-tall pile of tree branches. The second day we were allowed to have fire, so we built a larger structure to spread out and be more comfortable. Our second shelter was about 12 foot by 12 foot by about 7 feet tall, and had a built-in fireplace in one corner and a chimney to ventilate the smoke out of the shelter. We spent the rest of the day collecting the firewood that we would need to keep our fireplace going throughout the night. Our second shelter ended up working out great. It got to about 60 degrees inside the shelter, and every member of our group had to take off at least 1 layer of clothing to avoid overheating. Later that night, as we sat down for dinner, which was a stew concocted of rice, chicken bouillon cubes, eels, sea cucumbers, sea urchins, and limpets, the ship that I was stationed on, which was supposed to simulate our rescue craft, decided to come and anchor out in the bay. Instead of picking us up early like we all had hoped, they decided to fry some turkeys and grill some steaks in the back of the ship to taunt us. I tried sending them a Morse code signal asking them to send me a steak or pick me up early. Of course, they never replied. The final morning was all about distress signals and getting rescued. The group with the best distress signal would get rescued first. Our distress signals consisted of 3 fires on the beach, an SOS sign made out of rocks, and 3 bright orange jackets waving back and forth 12 feet in the air off the end of some poles that we made from our shelter. Our group was picked up second. After all the groups were picked up, they all got a bite to eat and went back for a debrief for the end of the course. This course was fun for many reasons. First, the instructors. They were very entertaining and knowledgeable in the subject area. Second, they brought the instruction down to our level and kept the topic simple and relevant, and related the topics to our prior experiences, making it easier to learn. It was also fun because I was stuck in the woods with a great group of people that worked very well together. Everyone kept a great attitude and made the best out of our situation. Finally, I already enjoyed doing outdoors activities such as camping. And this exercise just took that to another level.